Hello everyone, I'm Mohammed and I came back with another chapter of the book Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. Today we're going to talk about chapter 3, the force that shape our life. I call P plus P, and I'm going to tell you why. Tony Robbins believes that we are not like a random creature that just come to this world for no reason. Anything that we do, there's a reason behind that. And he categorized it in two names. First, our need to avoid pain and our desire to gain pleasure. So that's the reason I call it P plus P, pain and pleasure. So this way I'm going to remember that. So I'm going to give you an example. Let's talk about some names that a little scary. People don't like it. Exam, assignment, report, or deadline. Maybe I have an exam in next 4 months. So what I'm going to do? I'm going to sit and say, you know what? I have this exam or this assignment for another 4 months. Maybe I can finish it in 1 month. Let's just postpone this assignment to another month, and then another month, and another month. And then you're going to come to the point that only 10 days left to the deadline. And then you're just going to panic. So, oh my God, what I'm going to do? You're just going to sit down and just work on the report or work on the assignment or work on the exam to finish it on time. So in both scenarios, so now we have two scenarios. The first one that was like 4 months, and the second scenario was 10 days before the exam or like the assignment. So in the first one, I was just trying to avoid pain. So I just tried to, and to me, the pain was assignment. I didn't want to do it, so I just tried to postpone that assignment. And then it come to the point that it was only 10 days left. And then I decided to work on it. Why? Because this time I changed the equation. The equation just changed for me. Because this time I said, you know what? The assignment is painful, but putting it off is more painful. So I'm going to avoid that one, and then I'm going to sit and work on that. So in both scenarios, you just try to avoid pain, but the name just kind of changed. I'm going to give you an example about the pleasure. Let's say that you go to gym every day. Why? Because you're going to gym to lose weight, because you want to get some self-esteem, you want to get some confidence, because you want to have this confidence in front of your opposite sex. So these are all just about the pleasure. Or let's say that you're going to a school. Why? We're going to a school because we want to finish our school, we want to get a degree and get a good job. So these are all about the reward. So this is pain and this is pleasure. But pain is more powerful than pleasure. But sometimes people are in pain, but they don't change. They don't change anything. Till the pain just come to the point we call emotional threshold. And why? That's the time that pain is going to be our friend. I'm going to give you examples so you're going to understand what I'm saying. So imagine that you're in a destructive relationship, a relationship that is all about suffering and you're not enjoying, your partner is not enjoying, and you try to fix it, you try to manage it, you talk to people, you talk to psychologists and everything, and it's not working. And you're just going down and you're going down, and then your partner is going down, and it's just like there's no any way that you can fix it. So you come to the point, and the pain just gonna hit the point, a level in you that we call emotional threshold. Means that after that you're not gonna take it anymore. You said, you know what? I'm done. I'm not gonna take anymore. Let's finish it or end it right now because I can't take anymore. So this is one example that we have about emotional threshold, and that's the time that pain is our friend and help us to move on, to fix it, to finish it, and move on to another one. It could be for anything else. Like imagine that you're going in front of the mirror, you have some weight and you have some fats, and you just like see yourself in the mirror and say, oh my God, what I'm going to do with this one? I hate myself right now. I'm done. I'm not going to take anything. I'm not going to take this one anymore. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to go to do exercise. I'm going to just change my diet. And the pain going to be your friend, and you're going to start to change it. Understanding pain and pleasure and using it in our life, in our actions, gonna help us to improve in the best way that we could do. I'm gonna give you some examples about the people. So you're just gonna get the point about the pain and pleasure. So you're just gonna be kind of set it in your mind better. The example that I have, I'm gonna use from the book, from the Tony Robbins book, Donald Trump and Mother Teresa. So there was an interview with Donald Trump, and people asked him about that. What's your pleasure? What gives you pleasure? He said making more money, buying bigger yacht, bigger land, and everything. And I said, okay, what's the ultimate pain for you? He said the ultimate pain for me is just making less money or be second best at anything. This is about Donald Trump. The second one is about Mother Teresa. They said, okay, people realize that the pleasure that she has is about helping people to kind of reduce their pain level. And what was her pain when she saw other people are suffering? So two people from two different places had two different pleasure and pain goals. And why? Why he has this pain and this pleasure, and why she has this pain, and why my pleasure and pain is different with you. Let's continue on this to find out what's going on. So the reason is that because we are living in the environment that could affect us. So environment and background affect us and affect our decision, affect our actions, and affect our belief system. And Donald Trump and Mother Teresa are not the exceptions. They're the same. They're like us. So because of the environment and the background that they have, they come to this point that they have this decision, but they made decision. It's true that environment and background affects you, but there's a point that you ultimately make your decision, conscious decision about what to do. So when we are born as a kid, and we are independent to our family, to our parents. And when our parents tells us do this one, do that one, this is right, this is wrong, we don't have any choice because we are dependent to them. But there's a point that you're gonna make your own decision. I don't know where I read this one. I remember that means that when you're adult, you become adult when you do something, no matter what gonna affect your family, or no matter that your parents gonna be upset, but you're gonna do it. That's the point that you're gonna be adult. But when we become adult, we can change. We can make a decision. We can make a conscious decision and say, you know what? I'm not the victim of the environment and background, and I can change my life. I can tell myself that what I'm gonna get pleasure and what I'm gonna avoid pain. Let's continue on the pain and pleasure story to see how we're gonna go. We have external world events, which we talked about this one before. And we had this conversation that we cannot control our external world events. They're gonna happen all the time. We are sleeping, we are awake, we're doing this or we're doing that. The things happen all the time. We are living in the dynamic world and things happen. But we as a human has something else very special called internal world. So things happen to us, but the things that affect us is not external world event. Is the way that we interpret those events, is how we perceive those events gonna affect us and affect our belief system, our thoughts and actions, our decisions. So the things that people just sometimes think, okay, because these things happen, so I made this decision. No, sometimes all the time. There's no sometimes. All the time, one thing happened to two people. The same thing happened to two people, and these two people have totally different perception about that event. Let's say about poverty. So poverty, some people believe that poverty is a stimulus for some people. Means that they're gonna work harder, they're gonna work on their dreams, they're gonna work on their belief system, and they're gonna make more money, and they're gonna just come to the point that they don't belong to that old background or environment anymore. But most people, they don't do anything. How many people you know that they live in a poverty and they just grew up on that situation and they come to the point that they don't belong to that life anymore? So it's not all about the external world events, which is is happening all the time and we have no control on that, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm totally fine. But the part is important is our perception, how we perceive that. I'm going to give you examples, so maybe this way you're just going to understand what I'm saying. Let's talk about some places or some communities that people cannot talk easily. So maybe there are some environments which they are that democracy is not like here or other good countries like we know. So in their countries, some people, when they have different belief system, when they have different mindset, authorities, they're going to put them in the jail. And one example that I can give you is just that about the hunger striker. Some people decide to fast for 30 days because they have some beliefs and because they want to stay on their beliefs. So fasting for 30 days is not easy. It's not a pleasant experience. Imagine that you don't eat for 4 hours. You're gonna be upset. You're gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be upset if I don't eat for 4 hours or 5 hours or 6 hours. I'm not gonna be upset that my tolerance is high, but I mean, I've seen some people that when they don't eat food, after 2 or 3 hours, they're gonna be upset. They're gonna be mad. I mean, this is okay. I mean, there is nothing wrong with it. But I mean, I just want to give you an example that for 30 days, don't eat anything. But for this person, so this is like an external world event that you don't eat for 30 days. For you, 4 hours is gonna be like a big mess. But for that person, because he perceives it differently, that's gonna be pleasure for him. This is gonna change to pleasure. Because why? Because it's painful, but the pleasure that he gets from it gonna offset that one. Because this way he's gonna draw more attention to his cause and values. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is that this external world is the same. 30 days fasting for me right here in this country is just like, oh my God, I'm not gonna make it. But for one person that lives in the jail and try to draw people's attention to just tell people that, hey, this is my belief and I'm gonna stand on that. So the way that he perceived it was totally different. So he decided to change that painful experience to pleasure, to get the pleasure to take people's attention to themselves and tell them, hey, this is the belief system, this is what I'm gonna fight for it, and this is what I'm gonna do for it. So this is how we can work on ourselves. This is not the part that we can work on that. This is external world that is out of control. I'm telling you for like different types. But this is the part that we can control, and this is the part that's gonna affect our belief, our thought, and action, our decisions. So let's back to this story of the pain and pleasure. I want to give you an example. So when we talk about the pain and pleasure, how we can use it. Okay, we understand that, okay, everything that we do is based on the pain and its pleasure. And how can I use it for my benefit, for my own benefit? So the example that he gives us, I mean, there are different examples about the diet, about the addiction, about different things. So he said that, I mean, Tony Robbins said that we must link the pain to old behaviors. And at the same time, we need to link our pleasure to new behaviors. So let's say this way. Okay, there are some old behaviors or old action that we don't like them anymore. When I said old, means that we don't like them anymore. It's in our life right now and we don't want them anymore. We want to change right now, to change something that we want or change to someone that we want. It could be anything. We want like lose weight or just like gain weight or just like have a better job or different things. So old habits, new habits. So he said that, I mean, Tony Robbins says that you need to link your pain. You need to link pain to those old habits and link your pleasure to those new habits. So this way you can make it happen. But this is not something that you just say it and it's gonna happen. You need to put emotion on it. Think emotionally. Means that when you, for example, let's say about the diet. Many people decide to lose weight. They start to make a like very restricted diet. They decide not to eat fattened foods, and they decide to just like eat healthy food. But after 10 days and 50 days, they just give up on that. Why? What's the reason? Because when they decide about to changing their diets, in their mindset, there was a different story. Okay, you tell me. You changed your diet. What was your mindset about the fattened foods? Did you change your mindset about the fattened foods? Did you change your belief system about the fattened foods? Did you link pain to the fattened foods? Some people, they decide to change the diets, but they don't give up on their fattened foods. You know, giving up on the fattened foods for them is painful. So if you want to change your diet, if you want to lose weight, and if you decide to do it, and if it really hits your emotional threshold, you need to put your emotion. Your emotion is triggered right now. You don't want to gain any more weight. You just want to lose weight. You want to be in a good shape. So you need to tell yourself, you know what, these fattened foods, this is something that I'm going to link my pain. I'm going to put my emotion behind that one too, because you need to have emotion behind that. Emotions are important too. Because if you say, you know what, I'm not going to eat this food anymore, but inside of you, you love this food. You say, oh my God, I love meat, I love sugar, I love that. Nothing going to happen to you. You need to link pain to that fattened foods and link pleasure to healthy food, and also emotion too. You can tell yourself, you know what, this is I'm gonna do. I need fattened foods. I'm not gonna eat more because it's painful, and it hurts me, and it just gave me lots of bad negative things. So I cannot take anymore. But healthy food, I can link pleasure to that. I can have positive thought every time that I eat healthy food. I can feel this way. Okay, this healthy food go to my stomach and just break down to healthy ingredients. I'm gonna be improve my health, improve my stomach health, improve my overall health and my mood and everything. And I'm gonna come to the point that I love to be there. I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna be confident, and I'm gonna be healthy, and I'm gonna get back my self-esteem, and it's amazing. Let's say this way, let's put emotion behind that. Think emotionally. So you can use this part, like putting the things, it's just like a wiring. Imagine that you're wired, so for example, some experience wired to pain and some experience wired to to pleasure. Let's change this wire to put it just like different pie. Like for example, healthy food was painful to you. So let's just put the pleasure on top of that and put the pain on the fattened foods. See how it's going to work for you. So I hope that this chapter that we talk about that was helpful for you, and I really recommend you to read this chapter and read this book. And if you don't read, that's totally fine. You can listen to these videos, watch these videos, and come with me and enjoy sharing this information together. And I hope that you like it again, and I hope that you come to the point that you love to be there. Have a good day. Bye.